Quest for details, people. We are at Alameda, California, a little island just off the shore of Oakland, inside the bay, with a beach, and we are gonna go metal detect these sands. We have our new CKG scoop and everything else. So I'll let you know when we hit the sand and we are finding targets. Here's our view from the far north end of the beach. And very few targets here. I have a feeling that it's been well hunted out. That's the San Francisco Peninsula across the bay there. The Golden Gate Bridge is actually right out there, you can't see it, and then the Oakland and Berkeley harbors are on our side. We have a big long beach. We might have to get in the car and drive down this for a ways and find a more active zone. Just trying to figure out where people were hanging out this summer, where the other detectorists didn't have a day off to get. Today is mine. Well, we got our first ring, but I think it was just a really thin chunker, and it is pretty rusted to pieces, but we got one for the trip. So we were unskunked, and about 3 nickels, 2 quarters, and a couple of dimes. So we're doing okay, but huge expanses in between signals. Oh, it's an old dime. Okay, we're gonna leave this part of the bay. We've done basically all the scoopable beaches. The next stop, I think we will be up on a different branch of the bay. I'm gonna go use Google Earth and I'll show you guys where we end up. A lot of big beaches lately. I stopped and got some food, and I looked on Google Maps and found this little windshield, and found this little beach here that's still inside the bay, kind of by where we were. So gonna finish eating, switch out batteries, and then go look around. And there you are, 2 sinkers in a row in a beach that's half iron. So Garrett AT Pro, I mean, half these rocks are actually rusted iron. It's not having a problem just discriminating it out and pulling targets out in salt water. Yay, we found a beach with targets on it. It's a newer state quarter, but still, there are a lot of targets. We've only made it a little ways. And look at this. We got big old battleships. And the city behind it on the other side of the bay. And we're kind of looking up across at Daly City. Not bad. I think this is going to be our sunset beach. Oh, I see it. It just popped right out. And a quarter. It's a new state quarter, I can tell by the low profile. But a lot of signals. And this scoop is the perfect size for me. Okay. Next. And the next one looks like kind of a golden end for Nate. You can look around the shores here and see all the different big rocks that they used. and slabs of cement for just building out the edges of the cities so that they would have more square land mass and less erosive area. This beach is covered with these lead, I think they're bolt heads, and the bolt has snapped off. Yeah, they're lead. Pretty sure they're lead. Maybe they're titanium, but they're super heavy. Heavier than iron, and no rust or anything. And we have like 5 of them so far, so bags are getting a little heavy. There's no way they're sinkers or anything. And see that little threaded piece? I don't know. See, 2 foot away. Here's the next. And to the scoop, you know, this is our CKG scoop that we are using, and we're testing it out. This is the 3rd trip out, and I wasn't going to be this rough with it, but I am. I have a metal handle on here, and there's a layer of rock and large rock right down here that everything's stuck in. So we are prying and smashing and stomping, so we will wash this off when we get home and check everything. But like I said, the welds were clean to start with, so. And yeah, there's the wear and tear on the tip so far for all that rock smashing. So we'll be prying up some big metal stuff today too. So we're doing more of a test than I thought we were going to on the first runs out. Another. And most likely a broken bottle. I'm digging with my fingers. Which you shouldn't do, especially on these beaches. But yeah, there's another one. Wow, I wonder what they were building with lead rivets or whatever. You see where each one snapped off or eroded off? So, are they for electrolysis? I don't know a whole bunch about metal. Whether to keep the steel from rusting? My light's almost gone, and I'm just kind of swinging along back over by this big old rusty ship. I'm wondering if the ingots I'm finding weren't part of some crazy rushed wartime process. Something to do with keeping things from rusting. But look what I just found, a little porcelain snail to make our mudlarking official. About as low and good as it gets on the bay as far as old finds, and that's probably no earlier than the 60s, Alice. We are leaving. I gridded the beach. The whole bottom half of it's very sanded in just because of the shape and the swirl of waves down coast. And then the whole city over here is lighting up. It's very beautiful. We got a little fog bank coming over the top. And I'm going to make my way home. I, of course, will see you at cleanup. Thanks for coming with me on this one. There's the big ships at dock. The city behind it. It's pretty awesome. Here's our cleanup from this little beach hunt. I'm sorry that we did not find a lot of targets, but I had a great hunt, and here is our big ring find of the day. I think technically that was once a ring, but I couldn't prove it. This looks kind of like a ring, but it could also be a slip washer. So, hard to tell at this point. We found clad pennies, 2 dimes, 4 nickels, 3 quarters, 3 sinkers, copper wire, a capital N for Nate. This is a crushed can, and these are our mystery targets. And you can see that they are all kind of uniform, yet some of them showing wear. And all of them with different length, what you could call shanks on them. Some being sheared off somehow closer, and that looks like maybe they're more full form before they become worn down. And you can see a lot of these are not worn, yet some of them are severely. Like they were grinding along on something. There's another one, so I'm just not sure. They're in a maritime area on a maritime shore in one of the world's largest international harbors. They could have washed in on anything. They are definitely lead, and I am glad to get them out of the water because, man, that was a lot just right in the little area there, and there was a person collecting clams with a clam sucker, and he was pulling as many lead ingots out as he was pulling out clams. So that's never good. And then in the parking lot, several parking lots later, this was laying there. And it's actually a really nice little LED flashlight. The only thing that's wrong with it is that it had been bounced around by the car several times. So I think these are all fresh mashes. They all look like they just happened. But the light itself is just fine. It turns on and it works by you pull it in and out like that to adjust the light, and this thing is very bright outside, and yeah, nice feel to it. Feels like a pretty high quality light, so that was not a bad find at the end of the day. Overall, another great adventure, and I want to thank you for coming with me on this quest for details, and we will see you at the next location. Quest on.